Hello everyone, welcome back once again in English from Zero by PT. And in this video we will discuss about the importance of reading. Actually, reading is very important for our speaking English. If you want to speak English, then your reading must be very good, and we have to keep a habit of reading many hours. Actually, this is very important. If you remember your early days, I'm talking to those people who may be of 90s or 80s time. In that time, the parents of everybody was taking everybody till night, and they were given to read lot more lessons, especially Hindi and English books, and the students perfectly read this one till late night. I was also there, my siblings were also there, and all of my neighbors were also there who were speaking lot of time with the help of reading. So, is reading an easy task? So in this video I'll tell you some kinds of ideas, some steps which you have to follow to read anything in a better way. So what is reading? It is a kind of speaking. Whatever is written in our book, in our story, in our poem, whatever is written, we have to read it with fluency. And the thing that we have to care is where we are in the story. Suppose you have to show any impression before asking a question. Suppose I have to ask, who are you? So in a reading matter, I'll not ask, who are you? I'll put an impression in this sentence and I'll ask, who are you? Means in the reading time also we have to care about these all things. When you have to ask a question, you have to show the impression of a question. If you have to answer, then you have to show the impression of the answer. When you are using an exclamatory sentence in the story, if you have to speak some expressions, suppose wow, oh, bravo, like expressions, then you have to show in the same way. Then only you will be a good reader. It's very important. And some rules for reading I want to discuss now. The first thing about punctuation marks. Punctuation marks are very important before going into read. The first thing, we have 5 types of sign and symbols that we have to use. The first is there, full stop, and as its name full stop, when you are getting a full stop, you have to stop at least for a second, and then you have to move into the another sentence after that. Another is there, that is called comma. If you are getting a comma, then you have to stop less than a full stop. But you have to stop, but not like a full stop. And another thing where you have to stop is semicolon. Okay, so semicolon, in semicolon you have to stop more than a comma but less than a full stop, and then only you will be able to read in an impression. So 3 things for stopping. And then if you are getting any question mark, then you have to show the impression of a question. And if you are getting a symbol of exclamatory mark, there you have to show some exclamation. Without showing the exclamation, you will not be able to read any story in a good way. So if you will start following these simple steps, then your reading will be very good. So while reading, when you are getting a sentence like Ram went to market, he bought vegetables and returned to home. So in this sentence, in the midst of sentence, I used semicolon, and for semicolon I stopped for a while. And now I'll show you a demo of a story how to read. Okay, so let's have it. I'm showing you how to read. Okay, so let's have the same kinds of reading. I have a book in my hand, and I'm reading it for you, and I'll put a screenshot of it on the screen so that you can also read it, what has been written there. Before we can discuss this subject, we must form some conceptions as to the kind of effect that we consider a help to mankind. Are mankind helped when they become more numerous, or when they become less like animals, or when they become happier, or when they learn to enjoy a greater diversity of experiences, or when they come to know more, when they become more friendly to one another? I think all these things come into our conception of what helps mankind, and I'll say a preliminary word about them. The most indubitable respect in which ideas have helped mankind is numbers. There must have been a time when Homo sapiens was a very rare species. Like this. So by this one you can read the sentences, the stories, and this is going to be very easy. And if you are reading 1 hour, 2 hours daily and make a great practice, then it will just help your speaking skill very well. And if you further want to know more about this skill, then you may ask to your elders. They will tell you about those the time what I described earlier, about 80s, 90s, where all the students were sitting at 7 or 7:30 and they were reading till 11 and 11 half, and then they went to bed. This one was very amazing, and the students were getting amazing experience, and due to that most of the students learned how to speak better, and they have better speed and fluency due to only reading. So reading is a kind of idea which will help you to read better, and when you are reading better, then you will speak better. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you. Jai Hind.